In the year 2000, BMW created a problem so big that even BMW themselves have struggled to solve it ever since. They built an M3 so balanced, so precise, and so loved by drivers that every new M3 after it has been compared to one car, the E46 M3. It wasn't the most powerful, it wasn't the most expensive, it wasn't built to destroy racetracks with computers and technology. It was built for one simple reason, to make the driver feel like a racing driver on the road. And somehow, BMW created a car that people still call the perfect M3 more than 20 years later. But why? To understand the E46 M3, you have to understand what BMW's M division was created for. BMW Motorsport wasn't created to make luxury cars faster, it was created from racing. The original M3 became famous because BMW took a normal road car and turned it into a machine that was built for competition. The M3 name became special because it represented something different, not just speed, connection. The feeling that the car was built around the person behind the wheel. By the time the E46 arrived in 2000, BMW had a huge challenge. How do you improve a car that enthusiasts already consider legendary? BMW's answer was a S54 engine, a naturally aspirated 3.2-litre straight-six that became one of the most celebrated engines BMW ever built. It produced 343 horsepower in European specs and could rev beyond 8,000 RPM. But the numbers were never the main attraction. The magic was how it delivered power. No turbocharger hiding the response, no artificial sounds, no complicated systems between the driver and the machine, just an engine that begged to be pushed harder. The E46 M3 wasn't about being the fastest car in a straight line, it was about making every corner memorable. BMW didn't just put a powerful engine into a 3 Series body and call it an M3. Almost everything important was changed. The body was wider, the suspension was redesigned, the weight distribution was carefully balanced. The famous power bulge on the bonnet wasn't just for style, it was there because the S54 engine needed that space. Even the small details mattered. The E46 M3 was engineered around one idea: the driver comes first. But the early 2000s were one of the greatest eras in performance cars. The E46 M3 was not alone. It had rivals like the Porsche 911, the Mercedes CLK 55 AMG, several Audi RS models, and Japan's own performance legends like the Skyline GTR and Supra. But the BMW had a unique advantage. It wasn't trying to be a supercar. It was a car you could drive every single day that still felt special every single time you started it. That combination made it different. One reason the E46 M3 became so loved is because it arrived at the perfect moment. Before performance cars became extremely heavy. Before every car was packed with digital systems controlling absolutely everything. The E46 still felt mechanical. The steering had feedback. The engine needed to be worked hard. The driver was part of the experience. And that's something modern cars have struggled to recreate. Another reason enthusiasts love it, the E46 M3 CSL. A lighter, more focused version with carbon fiber parts, less weight and sharper handling. It became one of BMW's most collectible modern cars. The reason the E46 M3 remains special isn't because it was perfect. It had weaknesses. It wasn't the fastest car ever built. It wasn't the most practical, but it had something harder to create: character. It represented a time when manufacturers were still building cars around emotion. A time when engineers cared about how a car felt, not just how quickly it could complete a lap. BMW created this M3 to continue a legendary name. But instead, they created the car every future M3 would be judged against. More than 20 years later, enthusiasts still argue about one question: was the E46 M3 the greatest M car BMW ever created? Or is its reputation much bigger than the car itself? Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for watching.